The Chevron-operated Gorgon Project, together with joint venture participants ExxonMobil, Shell, Osaka Gas, Tokyo Gas and Chubu Electric Power, will develop a natural gas plant on Barrow Island that will deliver energy to Western Australia and international customers. Over the course of construction, the Gorgon Project will deliver $20 billion to the local economy, the highest sum ever for a resource project in Australia. Indeed, the local economic impact of Gorgon is already being reflected in the Western Australian Government budget papers, which show that Gorgon has increased gross state product by 1.5%. Chevron and its joint venture participants are committed to providing opportunities for Australian businesses to be part of the Gorgon Project. In Spearwood, the Western Australian truck and trailer builders Howard Porter received the single biggest order in their history from the Gorgon joint venture.
This is without a doubt the single biggest project ever undertaken, not only by Howard Porter but by any manufacturer in the Australian transport industry. The Gorgon Project is for the supply of 320 semi-trailers over a 38-week period, of which about 28 weeks is the production period. So we're building about two of these trailers every day, as well as a range of other equipment that's already been delivered.
In a $20 million contract, Howard Porter was tasked with designing, fabricating and delivering the custom-made trailers.
Obviously, in order for us to produce these trailers, we've needed the support of a number of suppliers who, without them, we can't produce. And so further down the track, whether it's us or other manufacturing, that network is here in Perth, here in WA, to be able to keep producing. And I think projects like this and many others that Gorgon are undertaking here in Perth demonstrate that to the wider market.
Meanwhile, in Bassendean, the family-owned Western Australian company Paul & Warner has been constructing a range of tailor-made specialist response vehicles for the Gorgon Project.
The size and scope of the Gorgon Project and the volume of work it provided us has allowed us to grow internally through additional staff training, and also we have a host of fantastic subcontractors which we utilise quite heavily. Quite a few of them were putting on extra staff to assist in the workload that the Gorgon Project's provided us.
The Gorgon Project calls upon a broad range of local goods and services. In Canning Vale, local businesses are helping to feed the Gorgon workforce. Zimbulis supplies fresh fruit and vegetables to the Gorgon Project's catering provider, Compass.
Gorgon would significantly increase the growth of Zimbulis, both from a processing point of view, also from an infrastructure. Obviously we have to put quite a lot of infrastructure changes in place, process plan changes, so we can see a considerable growth to the business, a number of employees and obviously financial benefits as well.
South of Perth in Henderson is where the Gorgon supply base is situated. Here, 100 staff work to manage the staging and logistics of supplies destined for Barrow Island. Neighbouring the supply base is the Australian Marine Complex, which is a major hub of Gorgon-related activity. It includes stevedoring and marine transport support to the Gorgon Project, which employs 65 people, including 10 Indigenous staff. Close by, the Sapem-Leighton Consortium is engaged with construction worth over $1 billion.
Leighton's have a number of contracts with Chevron and on the Gorgon Project. The first one, which you can see part of behind, is for the Gorgon jetty and marine structures.
The marine structures include the assembly of 56 caissons that'll support the 2.1 kilometre jetty at Barrow Island. It's a job that's created at least 350 positions just at this Henderson site.
Leighton's have benefited many ways already, even though we're in the early stages of this contract. First and foremost, it's building up a skill base that we will be able to use in other projects in future years. It's also allowing us to develop systems and procedures as well as people to work in the oil and gas industry, which realistically in a number of years' time is going to be one of the biggest industries in Australia.
Meanwhile, Leighton contractors are working on the civil and underground infrastructure on Barrow Island in a contract worth $800 million. At peak construction, the contracts with Sapem-Leighton Consortium and Leighton contractors will create at least 1,500 jobs. Australian civil engineers Thiess and Western Australian civil engineers Decmil are also engaged on major activities on Barrow Island. They've been working on site preparation and installing temporary facilities. The $500 million contract will be providing work to 400 people. And in a separate $500 million contract, Thiess and Decmil have partnered with Cants to construct the accommodation village. This extensive task has also created more than 400 positions. East of Barrow Island, the Western Australian company Mermaid Marine provides supply-based services to the Gorgon Project. From their Dampier supply base, they use specialist equipment, personnel and quarantine preparation in a $100 million contract. The Gorgon Project is providing work throughout Australia. Now in its second year of construction, the Gorgon Project has already created more than 4,000 jobs and has committed $10 billion to the local economy. And it continues to be proud to partner with local business and create yet more Gorgon success stories.